Hi everyone. This is the second part of the video. As I already told you, nothing really worked out for me on this day. In the morning, I decided I would go into the Louis Vuitton boutique, then head over to the Gucci store across from it, then pop into the opera for a bit and show you around, but none of this worked out because either they opened later or the guided tour was canceled. I thought, no problem. I'll just come down and take a walk here along the Danube since it's so iconic and beautiful anyway. Everyone really loves it, me included, and it truly is very relaxing. Then it occurred to me that I was getting hungry and I thought, why not just type into Google where the best pizzerias in Budapest are, where you can get the tastiest pizza in Budapest. And among the first results, actually the very first one, was this pizzeria I'm heading to now, which is located at Marsh's 15th Square. I'm really curious because I have to admit I really, really love good pizza, but I'm also very picky about it. I've had a lot of good pizza in my life, but I think the best one I ever had was in London, in Camden Town, where a young Italian guy had a tiny restaurant. I'd actually call it more of a food stall, just a few square meters at the Camden Town market, and that's where he made these fantastic pizzas. It was really delicious, but I'm sure he's not at the market anymore because I was there quite a few years ago and they've since rearranged the market and I couldn't find him. He would put it in a paper box. And what was incredible was that he made amazingly delicious thin crust pizza. The other one, well, we ate it in Rome with my best friend. There was a tiny little pizzeria next to the Trevi Fountain where they had some unbelievably tasty pizzas in two or three different flavors. And I'll never forget it. It's a moment that will stay with me forever when a family came in and asked for ketchup with their pizza. And the owner threw them out of the pizzeria saying there's no way he'd let them put ketchup on the pizza. Honestly, I totally understand him. It's like if someone put cinnamon in our goulash soup or added some completely different ingredient than what's supposed to go in it. So I'm really curious to see what the pizza will be like. Personally, I'm not a fan of the style that's common in Hungary, where they make pizzas with thick sausage-like crusts and pile everything imaginable on top. I prefer these classic, authentic, thin crust pizzas. The ones you can get in Hungary, especially from those big chain delivery pizzerias, I'd rather call them giant hot sandwiches. I don't like the dough nor the overall taste of them. So I'm really curious. I hope it'll be a delicious thin crust pizza. We'll find out soon enough. In the meantime, I've arrived at the kiosk. I haven't been here before, and if I'm seeing it right, there's a restaurant to the right. I'll quickly check out the area because I see two kiosks here. I see a trendy, elegant restaurant, and to the left of it, though you can't see it yet, I spot a small, simpler street side place with outdoor and indoor seating. I think that's the pizzeria part, but I'll check it out in a moment. Well, yes, I was absolutely right. I have indeed arrived here at the delightful kiosk garden, which is a charming and rather picturesque little garden area, as you can clearly see for yourselves. Now, looking very closely at the extensive and tempting menu, what truly stands out to me the most, capturing my immediate attention, are the incredibly flavorful herb parmesan fries, the wonderfully sweet chili fries, generously sprinkled with sesame seeds, and, of course, the exquisitely aromatic truffle fries. They all genuinely look incredibly appealing and utterly delicious, making it quite difficult to choose just one. I won't be trying those now, but I have to leave something for next time after all. Alright, see ya. And here I am at the foot of Ursebet, where I came to check out Budapest's highest rated pizzeria. According to Google, this place always comes up first as the spot where you can get the tastiest pizza in Budapest. One thing's for sure, it's in a really beautiful location because right next to me is the Erzsébet Bridge and the number 2 tram, which we just call the Panorama tram, is constantly passing by. By the way, the place is called Kiosk Garden, and it's definitely a very atmospheric spot. If I know correctly, the place has two sections. There's a restaurant area where you can try traditional Hungarian cuisine, and then there's the pizzeria, where you can sample street food style dishes. So I'm really curious to see if the pizza is actually as delicious as everyone says it is here. Let's give it a try. Will you take a quick look around with me? You see, the Danube is over there. Here, you will have to place your food order directly at the service counter. You get a number, and then they call you when your order is ready. It's a nice little place. A nice Saturday morning, even though I wasn't successful. It's a nice little place. Thank you very much for your kind attention. I'm not entirely sure how clearly you can perceive me at this moment, primarily because the bright, intense sun is shining directly and quite powerfully into my face. This makes it a bit challenging to even open my eyes fully. However, despite this minor inconvenience, let's proceed to carefully assess what this particular pizza is actually like. So, with that in mind, allow me to thoroughly explain to you precisely why I ultimately felt compelled to only give this specific pizza a rather modest score of 5 out of a possible 10 points. The pizza was actually tasty, but the part with the ham, cheese, and all the other toppings was really small, and for me, the dough was very thick and a bit undercooked, and it was also a little bland. If you look at this picture, I think you can see that there's just too much dough in this pizza, even though it would have been delicious otherwise. And now comes what I already mentioned, but I think this is what will make the video authentic. When I was filming this video in Budapest, I noticed that there are a lot more homeless people on the streets these days than before. This was a rather heartbreaking experience for me, and at the same time, it's also thought provoking as there are several complex reasons behind it. For example, the new 50 forint bottle return system could also have an impact since many people are now trying to earn some income by collecting these bottles. I can certainly see people dragging huge bags of bottles behind them. This also highlights how difficult the situation is for some people in the city. It's a complex social issue that would be worth examining more deeply. I can see on the faces of tourists how impressed they are by Budapest. That's why it's important for Budapest to be not only beautiful but also livable for everyone.